Hello, welcome to another video. You find me here in leafy Hertfordshire on an autumnal morning. You can see FGP over in the background there somewhere. Is it there? Yeah, I think it's there. Anyway, this video is about a very special and very beautiful 996 that I've got before me here. I don't know why I'm trying to build the suspense and keep it a surprise, because I've probably already given it away in the thumbnail picture. But anyway, I'm excited about this one. It's a car we've had before. We sold a couple of years ago. We've taken it back in happily. So anyway, without further ado, here we go. So come on then, what a car. Of all the 996s we've had, 200 plus 996s we've had through FGP, I think that tops the lot, including the Ocean Jade car from a few episodes ago, from one of the early episodes. I think that's my favourite. If I was going to keep one, that would be the one. So let's go through it. So 50,000 miles from new, extremely low mileage. Guards red, obviously. Factory fitted aero kit. It's got factory fitted hollow spoke wheels, the turbo twist wheels, so the same as that Ocean Jade car from that episode a few months ago, if you want to go back and watch that episode. It's a non-sunroof car, which we've been over numerous times. I like it just because it shows a cleaner looking roofline. It's absolutely immaculate. Like I said, it's a car we sold before, about 2.5 years ago, I think it was. The summer of 2018. Absolutely gorgeous. So, we did a load of work to it the first time we sold it. There's a couple of little bits we want to do this time around. Although it doesn't need it, but just because it's such a gorgeous car, it needs to be absolutely perfect. We've got contrasting Savannah leather interior, which I'm going to be totally honest, ordinarily I prefer a black leather, but Savannah on Guards red, I remember back in the day the 964s having that colour combination, and I just think it makes it look more special. Anyway, what we're going to do, we're going to get it back to FGP, I'm going to get it on the ramp as usual, and we're going to walk through the mechanical bits and pieces that we're going to do. I've got to get going. I've just seen someone drive past and I heard that flat six coming for a viewing, so I better get going. Right then, here we are, Friday night, a very eerie FGP. Everybody else has gone home. Oh, we've got a new ceiling. I don't think that's been shown in the channel before. Look at that. Anyway, Guards red 996 here. Now, we've already completed the work. I didn't think it was worthwhile showing the car pre-work because it didn't really need much, which you're about to see. So, Let's go through it. So you know where I'm going first. No, yeah, in here. So I should get the torch really. We've got new top mounts, bump stops and bearings. Now, they weren't creaking and the bump stops weren't particularly perished, but there was surface corrosion on the top mounts. They were going to need doing at some point. So, you know, like I said before, it's such a perfect, beautiful car that why not, basically. Now, this was something we did previously upon the first time we had the car. Actually, let's get my torch. Condensers, they were both done the first time around. He's done 300 miles in 2.5 years of ownership. So, of course, they're like new. Put a new set of plates on there with Friends Green Porsche on, of course. Let's get the car in the air. So starting at the rear of the car then, as I've just said, we sold this car about 2.5 years ago and the buyer did a mere 300 miles during that time, which is a bit of a waste if you ask me, but it means all the parts that were put on the first time around are as new, as you'll see in a second. So we put a new Carrera badge on the back, we put new stainless steel back boxes on with new clamps, it had new rear lower control arms on both sides. The IMS bearing, clutch and rear main seal were done. We can see if that's still dry actually. Yeah, there we go. It's still nice and dry where the oil usually finds its way down to the bottom of the bell housing. What else? Oh, we've just done the air conditioning seals on the pipes because that was getting a bit wet. The air conditioning was working, but it was just a bit wet there. So we drained the system. We changed those O-rings and now we've got to gas the system back up. Oh, it's had new tyres all around the first time we sold it. So there you go. By the tread, you can tell how many miles he's done during that 2.5 years. Brand spanking new, Michelin Pilot Sports. We've spoken about the air conditioning condensers. We've put new bonnet and engine lid dampers on it, as you know we like to do. Oh, we've put new, speaking of things we like to do, coil pack heat shields. Just tidies the back up, doesn't it? I think that's about it. We've serviced the car. We're going to take it for an MOT, gas that aircon system up, and that'll be ready to go. We've actually, as is often the case with these videos now, taken a deposit on the car, taken a lovely Boxster in part exchange. So maybe we'll get a little clip of collection day. But yeah, there we go. I mean, if we have a quick look around other bits and pieces, the brakes are in really good condition. Calipers look lovely. These hollow spoke wheels, I'll show you the back of these actually, so you can see the difference. There you go, conveniently we've got the 993 part number. So these wheels are actually 993 turbo wheels, hence the 993 part number. But you see the back of that spoke is completely flat. So on a non-hollow spoke, it will come out here, have a dip in the middle, and then come out again here. And that's how you can tell the difference. There we go, got some more markings there, BBS markings. But they're in immaculate condition as well. What a lovely car. I might just pull out of the sale. So you find me here outside my driveway. We're not by the showroom today. I forgot the camera actually, so I've just pulled back in to get the camera out of my house. But I'm about to take the beautiful Guards Red Aero Kit car down for its MOT. So you've seen we've completed the work. It's just started spitting with rain actually. It really hurts me to bring this car out on wet roads, but needs must, it needs an MOT. Look at that. So anyway, let's get going and see what the verdict is with the MOT. Right, we're at the MOT centre, having the MOT done. She looks beautiful. Now I claimed in my video it's the nicest 996 available for sale. What do you reckon? Your thoughts?
Oh, mate, yeah, I like
Got to be, come on.
I do like it. There's no exhaust on it, isn't there? Are they sports?
Yeah, they're sports. No, not sports catch, just the back boxes. IMS bearing, clutch has been done. Air conditioning condensers, tyres all round. Front top mounts. If I was going to keep one, that would be the one.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah, all the under trays are perfect. The lower lip on the spoiler at the front's perfect. But that's it, we're done.
Yeah, we're done.
Did you find anything at all?
A bit of rust on it.
So that's the MOT done. Of course, it passed with flying colours, as was anticipated. There were no advisories. And as you heard, I said to him, I reckon this is the nicest 996 Carrera available in the country, and he didn't raise any objections. So we'll take that as his agreement. But anyway, we've got one more job to do. So as you saw earlier in the video, we had the aircon gas taken out of the system because we saw a little leak on the aircon pipe. So we wanted to renew those seals where it was leaking from, which we've done, but we've got no gas in the system. So I'm on my way down now to the place where I have the aircons gassed up. We really need to get hold of an aircon machine actually, that's on the list of to-dos. So yeah, I'm getting down there, we're gassing the aircon, and the car's ready to be collected by the customer on the weekend. He wants to come on the Saturday, so yeah, see you down there in a second. I've got to, you know? So what are we doing now, Michael?
Trim the gas.
That was 900 grams, wasn't it?
900 grams gas.
Those new condensers. I heard the compressor kick in. I can feel it. Now we put an aftermarket one on. Yobbo. Oh, that'll do. Good morning all, and it is a good morning. You find me behind the wheel of the Guards Red Aero kitted 996. It's bright and early on a Saturday morning, and we've got the buyer of this car coming to pick it up at 10 o'clock, so I've had to get up bright and early because I wasn't going to let this one get out the door without some footage out on the road, because I'm aware that keeps happening at the moment. So I'm going to warm her up, put her gently through her paces. Not too much though, because obviously the car's sold. He's aware I'm taking the video, so don't worry, I'm not doing it without the buyer's permission. So I guess the purpose of this drive should be to discuss and try to answer the question I posed in the title to the video. Is this the best 996 Carrera available on the market? That's during the time I put the car up for sale, of course, and at the time I'm taking this video. But I like to think that I know the market pretty well now, and at the time that I put it up for sale, I believe it was the best one available on the market. I suppose to conclude, you need to look at two things. One, the spec of the car, and two, the mechanical and overall condition of the car, as well as the mileage. Is that two things? I think we can categorise that as two things. So firstly, the spec. Now, for me, this is where it might be a bit subjective with the spec, but for me personally, to be the best one available, it's got to be one of the rare colours. So it's got to be Guards Red, Speed Yellow, Ocean Jade, the one from a few months ago that we did the video on, and there's a purple colour, but I can't for the life of me remember the colour name. We haven't had one in that colour before. So already you've narrowed down a huge proportion of the market just trying to get one in one of those four colours. Now secondly, what makes this car to me very desirable is I love one of these rare colours with the factory fitted aero kit, particularly Guards Red or Speed Yellow in fact. I think they look absolutely gorgeous with the aero kit. Again, that's a subjective thing. There'll be a lot of people watching this video, I'm sure, saying no, I'd rather without the aero kit. But for me that adds to it being one of the best available, or the best available. I like a non-sunroof car, so of course this has got that. For me, it's got to be a manual coupe, which of course this is. We've got the hollow spoke wheels. We've got the Tech Equipment tailpipe tips that were factory fitted. So there you go, the combination of spec there for me already, before we get onto the mechanical condition, is edging towards a very, very nice car. So the second category then, the one that I kind of just made up as I went along, as I often do in these videos. Mechanical condition, overall condition, and the mileage. If we talk about the mileage first actually, right, so when you're talking about a nice car, mileage isn't the be all and end all. You can still have a high mileage car that's in absolutely pristine condition. I've seen it for myself. However, when we're talking about the best example available on the market, if you had two lined up side by side, they're both in pristine condition, and you've got one on 100,000 and you've got this one on 50,000, you're still going to go for the 50,000 miler. So it's definitely something that deserves to be considered when talking about the best available example. So this example, right, we sold it, we've spoken about this before, we sold this car 2.5 years ago. I think it was August 2018. We're now October, not quite 2.5 years. We sold this car, it's on 49,900 and something, just shy of 50,000. It's now, as I drive around, on 50,259 miles. So he's done about 300 miles in 2.5 years. In fact, I'll probably complete about a quarter of the mileage that he did in 2.5 years just during this hour's worth of driving for this video. But anyway, yeah, mileage has got to be considered when speaking of the best available example, and this one is a lovely low mileage example. Moving on to condition, if we talk about mechanical condition, you've seen it on the ramp. I won't go through all the stuff it's had done again, but we've spent the money in the right areas, and the car drives, well, it drives like a much newer car actually. So yeah, mechanically it's absolutely spot on. Overall condition, if we look at the interior is in immaculate condition as well. Again, it looks like well, not a newer car, because you know it's got the old styling, but the condition of it could pass for a car of even less miles. And the outside, the bodywork, you've seen the bodywork hasn't got a mark to it, it's in immaculate condition. So there we go, I guess. Considering all those things combined, I'm going to conclude, I don't know if everyone will agree, this is the best 996 Carrera available on the market.